Yes. This is a bit close and personal, isn't it? Hello, everybody. So, hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. We're back again. Okay, so this is the next video where basically we're going to be highlighting everything and uniforming all the skin. Will's already started here because he's got a little bit excited, bless him. And as you can see, we turn around here. What we're doing is we're literally going over all the veins, all the bits that are literally popping off of the model, and we're going to highlight them in a very bright green. Now obviously it's going to be green, it's swamp thing, isn't it? So yes, it's very bright green, and there's a reason for that. It's not going to be the last colour, but everything here we're going to be doing is like a translucent, so it's all very thin layers, because all this highlighting and pre-shadowing that me and William here did last time was, yeah, we want to keep all that, and we want that to literally come through in the last of the paint job. So more of it will actually make sense the further along we go and so forth and that, but for now we're going to go around, highlight some of the little bits, and highlight all the big veins, probably switch through different tones, and then we're going to come around and pick up all the main details on here, and I'm going to go around and show you how to actually uniform all the skin to tie it all together, because there's some certain techniques that you can either, you can make some serious difference with the technique that you use painting this overall. So I'm going to show you different techniques that I use, and William here is going to show you as well, to make it look more realistic, because at the end of the day anything symmetrical in here is going to look terrible. I mean, if you're going to go over it in different shades and you're going to go over it like this or like that, you're going to create lines, you're going to create something symmetrical which you don't want. So I'll show you how to do that a little bit later on, but right now, yeah, as we say, Will's going to go around and start highlighting him. And so I'll probably speed this bit up, and then when we get to the next bit I'll explain what we want to do from there. So yeah, enjoy it. Go on, dude. Let's not watch. They've got pictures of the light sources coming down. That's all it is. That's basically one of the things we're doing. It's called OSL, which is Object Light Source, which is basically where the light's coming from is where we want to basically brighten up the colours. We want to enhance those colours. So we're basically creating basically our own light source, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but you'll see all this as it starts to tie together. I mean, obviously if it's at a different angle, then obviously the object light source will be coming from a different angle. I mean, obviously this one is coming from here, isn't it? So that's where everything up here is bright, everything underneath there is dark. So, but yeah, it's very important to do this. So very important, because if there's all one colour or just a couple of colours there, it just looks like a toy, which is ridiculous. And the amount of work involved in this, I mean, this is a masterpiece. This deserves some time. So. You know how hard it is to sit and watch you do it. Airbrush. Like, temptation. No, it kills me.
You can have a go in a minute.
We'll make a drink though. Do you want some?
Yeah, man.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, man, let me have a go, man. That was a good go as well. Let's go, mate. Yeah. Yeah. Shall I try and paint my Batman now? I can't see. Is it I'm painting it? Oh, past that.
That's right. Step like that, you can just go in, look, there's a gap here. Right, if you go in there, take that out of view, because it's get Luke to save them.
You know what I mean? Hang on. Free, isn't it? Hang on. See, look, it's coming out to the side, look, see? It's coming out at an angle, because there's paint on the tip. Mad, isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it? Look, shoot out at an angle, there we go. That's coming out perfect. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I need a bit of card that we've
It's flat.
pink and blue. Right, okay, so a tank, so okay, can't sound this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I want to highlight just these pieces here, but only the tip. I don't want to bring it into the middle of the thing, because basically this is going to be a completely different tone, because we need to separate materials, i.e. the bark and the inner material. So I just want to catch these out of bits, and some of the best ways to do that is just to use a tool, you see. I'm literally going to cover up the bit I don't want to paint. In a very thin layer, I'm going to start on the card and then come down like this. Boom, and now I've literally just done the outer tip. Hopefully you can see that. If not, there'll be stills at the end again anyway, so you will be able to see it. So, but I'm literally going to quickly go over all the ones like that. Catch the corner as well. Come in and just catch the outer ring of that and all. Just so they join. Just because I'm going in and doing a little bit extra here and there, because I don't want it to be symmetrical. So, because obviously this is going to create a straight line, which is no good. So, so yeah, so you can probably see I'm just doing a few little bits. You see, I don't really want to rush it too much, because as I say, this model deserves the attention. I mean, this is an incredible piece of work. But in a minute also we're going to come in with a different colour as well. I'm going to come in with a different colour as well in a minute and start working on that. Now I'm going to bring a little bit of this colour now into the side there, because this is going to be our main highlight colour. Because it's such a refreshing green, we're going to be going over it with different tones, and so the overall tones are all going to be changing. But where there's going to be so many different tones, and then we're going to the top of it, we're going to be in control of the tones changing themselves, and how many we want to change, how deeper, how lighter. But that will help finalise and uniform the whole colours into believing it's one solid object, but also separating the different types of materials, i.e. the ears, the veins, pieces of bark, all that kind of stuff. So as the videos go, you will see this. I don't even know if we're going to get to the finishing stage of the highlights, because this is a long stage to do, and something we don't want to rush, so this might be split into two videos yet. Depends how long it goes. I mean, we don't want it to be too long, but we want it to be long enough. So as I'm coming down the back here, I'm going to be almost coming literally an angle going directly down, just so I can just catch the outer edge. This is also a very quick way of catching a lot of detail. I'm going to stand up here so you can see, maybe in the camera, how I'm going to catch all this outer edge. Just the outer edge. I'm going to go down on the side there, hopefully you can see that. That one's going to get quite a bit of attention, just because we want some bits to pop, some bits not to pop. So, like right here I can see a gap coming down the middle, so I'm going to spray that colour down where the light's going to be going straight down. Yeah, it looks like that. So, but that's the only one I can see that gap. So, apart from that little bit there, that's the only one. So that's the only place I'm going to do it. Maybe catch that little ridge there. I'm going to emphasise this little tiny bit coming out here. Same with all this side. It's looking nice, isn't it? It's looking nice. Right, if you want to know what it is, we're not getting paid for this whatsoever, but hey, This is a brand of paint called Spectra Tex. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, which is yeah, they're made by Badger Airbrush, which I love Badger anyway. So yeah, I don't mind giving some free advertisement if their product is worth it, and their product is fantastic. So I'm not getting paid to say that. So, but just to save any questions of what paint we're using and so forth, because I've seen that question so many times, and even back in the day I asked that question myself, what paints do you use, what this, what that, you know, but at the end of the day, I just tried different paints. I found my own way, which is the way that everyone needs to do. I mean, take some of the advice, you know, and start from there, basically. But the only advice I can really give you towards airbrushes and stuff is don't go cheap. This is a seriously machined piece of equipment. I mean, inside, if you put a microscope inside the nozzle, it's probably going to be almost spotless, which is incredible. So, yeah, if you get a cheap version, do you really think it's going to be that fine machined? You're going to have more problems than anything with your airbrush. And with your airbrush, you don't need the problems. So, that's something, yeah. Look after your tools, and your tools will look after you. Isn't that right, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing? Is that what I look like? Oh, great, now I'm freaking out. Is that what I look like?
You are now famous.
Oh dear, see, I don't like being on camera, you see, but Will's alright, you see. In this video, we're actually going to, when it goes into the, when we're speeding up the video, I'm going to be playing particular music, which is actually sang the lead singer here, which is William, who made this. It's pretty awesome, isn't it? So yeah, if you want to, I'm going to put a link in the description to the music videos as well. Amazing band, incredibly talented, so I just have to have their music on my video. It needs to be heard. It needs to be heard. So if you're wondering where the music's coming from, it's coming from William. I'm going to go a bit mad on these highlights here, mate. Because believe it or not, we need it to be brighter than darker. Which is crazy, because you always look and think, oh, it's too bright. It can never be too bright. In this stage, for what we're doing, it can never be too bright. So, as I say, there's some points where the light will channel down like a flashlight, like obviously in between all the shadows and the muscles and the texture, it's gonna, the beam of light when it comes down is gonna naturally thin and naturally get brighter, and it's gonna pick something out. So I'm trying to find those bits and exaggerate them, you know. So like if I bring it around here to show, for example here, the light's gonna be coming down, okay, and it's gonna be coming down here and hitting this. When it hits this, all this is going to turn into shadows here, but this bit is going to be highlighted, you know, like, oh, you know. So I'm going to grab that bit and I'm going to make it super bright and bring that to the attention of your eye, which then when I go over everything else will look fantastic. But I'm only coming from a top angle, and that way all the bits underneath will stay and remain dark, and as I say, you'll see from the stills later on. So that's basically what we're doing. So I'm just going to quickly get this stage over with, so I'm going to go a bit crazy here, putting on some colours and so forth. I'm just going to really go for it on the sides, mate.
It's mad coming from the TV screen.
You're loving it, aren't you? It's having fun. The cameraman's a direct. You can edit my videos if you want, mate. Right, okay, so this video and every video. You're becoming one of those dads that's just got hold of a video camera in the 80s. Sugar. God, I keep forgetting how everybody's fingers is wicked. You have to weigh this, you know. You have to weigh it. It's got to be a stupid.
It's about 14,000 stones. Just done my back in lifting it.
Oh, it's crazy. It's probably half the weight of a human. This is ridiculous.
Well, it's basically life size, basically.
Yeah, but everything we do is done properly. Everything is solid. Everything we make, literally.
Just
Even
imagine that if we'd done the whole
you know what I mean?
size scale.
Well, one day, I mean, seriously, in my opinion, one day there's a possibility that we might add to this and make this a full life scale thing. Because I think that'd be something decent to have. You know.
Let's do the body and add more to the shoulders.
It'd be awesome, man. Imagine the pec muscles and stuff like that.
Shoulders
wicked.
come out here, arms should be about here.
It would be even awesome if you could somehow do animatrix inside. That'd be quite cool. So you can
But
sit
because
remote
he's-
control making work.
His
You know?
body changes.
Mm.
You can make things come out, so you can
Not
add
a bad
stuff to
idea.
it. You know.
Exactly. This is what I mean. Exactly. That'd be quite cool, though, wouldn't it? Right, okay, so we've got quite a few.
Yeah, them colours are popping.
And that's what we want. Pop, 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 pop.
They all flow down the edge, everybody. Judgy.
Georgie?
You can see what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. That's cool. That's not what that camera shows, though.
No.
Probably can't even see in my head. I've got to get up, see. This is the thing as well, is like we don't usually do this, and this is actually taking quite a bit of time and money. I mean, I'm loving it, and I'm more than happy to do this, but yeah, you have to bear with us. Things might be a bit slow with the videos that we bring out and stuff like that. I mean, it's literally just due to funds. I mean, we've set up a Patreon page. If you want to help us out, that would be pretty handy. We definitely need some more camera equipment and so forth, and bits and bobs like that. But I mean, obviously, the more we've got, the more of these we can do. I mean, I'm quite happy even when we're working, as long as the client's happy to. We're more than happy to sit here and do these videos while we work. I mean, obviously, it's taking 10 times longer. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind supporting us or would like to help us out, so we can do some more of these things. And if you look in the bottom, there'll be a link to our Patreon page, which we've literally just set up. So yeah. And if not, it doesn't matter. Just learn something, 'cause it's all good fun. Right, okay, so let's have a look at sorry. Okay, so we've got a good look at your work. Have a look what you're doing. Right, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight with this on the sides here, only where the light is catching. So obviously it's like we're going to be doing it here a little bit. You know what I mean? Slow, controlled layers, okay? So important. Slow, thin layers. It has to be thin. That's the whole point of this stage, okay? If it's not thin and not translucent enough, you're going to go over all the work you've done before, which is no good. We really want to keep those shadows and highlights there. So yeah, the overall effect is just going to look incredible, but very important. I mean, yeah, you'll see as we're doing as we're going along. As I say, this might be 2 videos yet, because we've got to whack quite a few more colours on here, yeah. Quite a few more colours. What I'm doing this one, man, and you jump on the next colour, yeah? Right there, I'm going to make pop. Pop, pop, pop.
Just wait and see. 'Cause I want you to trust in me, yeah, and try to be the best you can be, yeah. 'Cause I don't like to find out you're on your knees, yeah. Surviving.
That car like he stole it. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, so we're going to go in with an olive green now, and just go over the rest of it. Obviously all the gaps in between the highlights, and obviously all the blending that we've done already. So William's done a great job so far. It looks amazing. So, but basically I'm going to be coming in as well from practically a 45-degree angle, because I want to keep those shadows underneath it. You know what I mean? So I'll show you when I've done it. So I'm literally going to come in 45-degree angle now, start keeping those shadows, very important. Very important to keep those shadows. I'm still blending everything in, as you can see in a minute. So you can see now I've started to blend the colours in now overall. Now there's still going to be loads more highlights and stuff like this. This literally is just a base coat, that's all it is. So, but a very advanced, lengthy process. But it's a good job, you know, isn't it? Yeah, do it nice or do it twice, eh? So take the time. If you want the piece to look amazing, then take your time. And obviously have fun at the same time. Because I'm having a great time. How about you, Will? You having a good time, son?
Yeah, I'm having a
What the hell happened to you?
I'm well having a good time.
You have to beat that. See, I'm not going over any of the highlights. Well, I'm not going super out to try and avoid them, but I'm not directly going over the top of them. I want it to go over here and there to obviously try and uniform the skin a little bit better. Oh, he's looking good, Will.
He's looking gorgeous.
He's looking gorgeous. Yeah.
Got a grip on you so strong. It's time to deal with it and move on. Contemplating those memories. It's on your back, it's time to leave.
Okay, so come in with a nice nice mahogany. Yeah, start bringing those brands. I like mahogany. It's a very nice, rich, deep colour. As you know, you can make it more redder, you can make it more browner. You know, it really complements other browns and greens together. Even though I see, that's what I say. It's a model wear. That colour, mate. That's what we're talking about. It's a colour. Can have a bit serious though. It's going to have to be done very, very lightly, mate. Chewy at the same time. What the hell? Go on, do that again, that's good, man. Okay.
Yeah, a little go.
I try to do these bits quicker today, so that what you've got to do is do the bits now.
20 minutes, 33 seconds gone.
Yeah? That's alright. Right, so what you've got to do basically is get some brands up here.
It's coming alive!
It is coming alive. Right, so what else is this to do, man? It's this dark shadow in between all that. Oh, every single one in there, make them pop. Make them pop. Let me see.
Very judgy.
Right, so I don't know whether you can see what we're doing now. As I say, I've been doing the stills, but
Popcorn!
but as you can see, all the highlights are now coming through. The brands are obviously complementing the highlights. This is obviously, so we've got 1 tone, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so many different tones. I mean, this is what's making it, bringing it to life. So all the browns and everything, we're going to be going over and doling them down with the oval final coats, but there's a specific way that we're going to actually do the final coat, the way we're going to apply it, and it's really key technique. So so watch out for that. But to be fair, it's probably going to be split into 2 videos. This we just ain't going to have the time to finish it today. It's too much. So but yeah, we'll keep going, and maybe we'll just record again in a couple of days and then put it all together as one. So far, I hope you're enjoying it. This is a lot of fun. Nice. Has it done it? Yeah, cool. So, that's about good time then. So we can get any payments and stuff. So. Yeah. Where's it? Where's my camera? Thank you very much. So, we're going to call it anyway. So, we're going to call it a day for today. We're going to continue videoing, so this might be split into 2 probably because of the length of it. But yeah, I'll see some stills at the end of this one and the end of the next one, so you can see what we're doing. But it looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. It looks amazing.
Doesn't it?
It looks good. So yeah, as I say, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Questions and comments, everything below. And if you wouldn't mind helping us out on our Patreon page, you know what I mean, this fella's got to eat, you know what I mean. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be great. So I hope you enjoyed something, and take care and have a great day. Right. Did that sound too?
Tiny bit.
Oh dear. Okay, right, cool. Okay, right. So
Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one.